बस किताबों की हो बातें, कोयल के गाने कि बस हों अफसाने। कल इस तरह का मंजर क्यों हो भला, कल इस तरह का मंजर क्यों हो भला। हमको मिली है दिलकश ज़मीन, मिल के चले हम सभी, मिल के चले जिंदगी, मिल के चले हम सभी। जानवर जंगल जल ज़मीन, वही जो थे कभी एक दूसरे के दिल के करीब। क्यों ना चले हम फिर वही, जीना जहां था सबका हंसी। मिल के चले हम सभी, मिल के चले जिंदगी, मिल के चले हम सभी। जानवर जंगल जल ज़मीन। Will you sing with me? Okay, 4 lines. मिल के चले हम सभी, मिल के चले जिंदगी, मिल के चले हम सभी। जानवर जंगल जल ज़मीन। Come on, last time. मिल के चले हम सभी, मिल के चलेगी जिंदगी, मिल के चले हम सभी। जानवर जंगल जल ज़मीन।
I love you too from Mohitji.
How are you?
Namaskaram everyone, once again, thank you for joining us here. Big round of applause for Mohitji. So as occupants of a shared planet, we have the unique opportunity to be a part of solutions to crises like soil extinction and desertification. Here is presenting to you a video that explains the science behind the Save Soil campaign. Let's watch it together.
We are talking about climate change, carbon emissions,
and global warming and various other aspects, but we are not addressing soil. Soil is the habitat upon which zillions of lives thrive. Once there is no richness in soil, then you have forsaken the planet in many ways. Every responsible scientist in the world and the UN agencies are clearly saying we have only 80 to 100 harvests left. That means approximately 45 to 50 years of agricultural soil left on the planet. By 2045, we will be producing 40% less food than what we are producing right now, and our populations will be 9.3 billion people. The food shortages that could manifest in the next 25 years, the consequences of that is unimaginable. Civil wars will unfold across the world once there is food shortage. What we are facing now is soil extinction. Why is soil becoming extinct? Where is it going away? What is happening to our soil? We must understand, if you add organic content to sand, sand will turn into soil. If you remove all organic content from the soil, soil will become sand. In normal agricultural soil, the minimum organic content should be between 3 to 6%. The most minimum is 3%. At least this minimum to keep the soil alive, to keep the soil as living soil is a must. Agricultural soils across the world, the depletion is so heavy, in most countries, more than 50% of the topsoil is already gone in the last 100 years. The nutrient levels have dropped significantly. The level of micronutrients you would get from your food in early 20th century to what you are getting from the same food now has dropped 90%. If you ate one orange in 1920s, what you got from it, now in 2020, if you have to get the same, you will have to eat 8 oranges. This is what we have done to our food.
Soil is the biggest ecosystem on the planet, and so few people know anything about it. 1 teaspoon of healthy soil probably contains more microbes than there are people on Earth.
The microbial life in the first 12 to 15 inches of topsoil is the basis of our existence. It is this magic beneath our feet which has produced the life that we are. This first 12 to 15 inches of soil is the basis of life for 87% of life on this planet, including you and me.
We have to begin to recognize that what we call our soil, Mother Earth, is a living organism.
Open soils, ripped open by ploughing, open to sunlight, is the basis of destruction of microbial life. So the focus should be on agriculture, the focus should be on seeing that land is under shade as much as possible, some kind of shade, grasses, herbs, bushes, trees. Conscious Planet is launching Save Soil movement to bring about a policy change to regenerate soil. As a part of this, I'm 65 and I'm riding 30,000 kilometers, a lone motorcycle journey, 30,000 kilometers across 24 nations to activate support from the citizenry to assure the governments long-term investments will be appreciated. So it's extremely important that soil regeneration is enshrined in the policy of every government on the planet. We must change the narrative on the planet that soil is a wealth, a legacy we have received from previous generations, and we have to pass it on as living soil for future generations. We are in a cusp of time. If you do the right things now, in the next 15 to 25 years, we can significantly turn this situation around and regenerate the soil. But if we allow this to progress like this for another 30 to 40 years, after 40 years if we attempt this, then it could take 150 to 200 years because that much loss of biodiversity would have happened. From 21st of March for 100 days, the whole world, every human being on the planet should talk soil. We must hear the word soil, save soil everywhere to see that the narrative on the planet changes towards the most vital aspect of our life, the soil. Each one of you should reach as many people as you can to make this happen. Many global leaders and influencers are already participating in the movement. Be a part of this and let us make it happen.
From my part, as much as I can contribute.
بالعربي أنقذ التربة لنفعل ذلك على أرض الواقع بمبادرات عملية وجادة ملموسة الأثر. أنقذ التربة save soil.
And the movement that you are taken up, I could not expect any more God's blessing than that.
Sadhguru, and this campaign is so important.
We're going to save the soil. Do your part.
And saving the soils
and our planet's future depend on it.
Sadhguru, save soil, my friend.
Save soil, let's make it happen.
Antigua and Barbuda is part of the Save Soil mission.
We commend you for what you're doing. That is why we are happy to sign the MOU.
The science and philosophy that backs the thought behind the movement is tremendous.
Save soil, let's make it happen.
Save the soil.
We know what we must do, so let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make this happen.
Let us make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Check. Thank you once again, everyone. Namaskaram. We would like to thank our national partner PVR and our regional partners Activi, Superflow and Hero FinCorp. Thank you once again. Envisioned by Sadhguru, Project Samskriti offers classes and performances of Indian classical arts including music, dance and Kalaripai to a martial art form. The artists today have invested in these arts from the age of 7. Not as a hobby but a way of life. We are eager to behold their performance, which will begin with an offering by Radhe Jaggi, a classical Bharatnatyam dancer. Big round of applause for them. Thank you.
Project Samskriti is an endeavor to nurture and impart India's classical arts. Designed by Sadhguru, it offers programs to learn powerful chants, music, Bharatnatyam and Kalaripayattu, an ancient martial art form conducted by the rigorously trained students and alumni of Isha Samskriti. The art forms are imparted in their most profound form as possibilities for inner growth and transformation.
Project Samskriti is not today's idea, it's been in incubation for nearly 25 years. So this is an effort, not to save the art form alone, but to bring up humanity to a higher level of existence within themselves.
Namaskaram. One with a heart of fire, draped in the rivers and oceans of the world. Her hair, the open sky, and her body, the ground that we walk upon. Time is ticking away as we exploit this gentle source of life. To build our lives, our comforts, our luxuries, we have ignored her call. Time is ticking away. It's time to reinvigorate and celebrate this mother that has birthed us, fed us, and one who will embrace us into her bosom in our death. O Mother, in celebration of your grandeur, in concern for your well-being, in love with all that you are, we dance in tune to your rhythm, as we are just a part of you.
beneath my feet, your soil. When you rise, you become a tree. Again, you fall as a leaf. Who are you? You come up as a crop. You give me life as food. Whether I am alive or dead, you are the only refuge. Who are you? You come as water. You come as milk. You come as honey. Who are you? If I eat, it is soil. If I breathe, it is soil. If I die, it is soil. Oh, my mother, who are you? Soil. In the root, there is a stalk. In the stalk, there is branch. In the branch, leaves, bud, flower and fruit, all rooted in soil. That is not our making. The soil, the very soul of all life, shall neither perish nor is created, but in a constant turnaround. A tree and a termite hill, the rough hide of an elephant and the fine silk of the spider, the beasts that you kill and the people that you love, all a recycle of soil, soil and soil. The magic of soil is it turns death into life. Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Check. Oh, big round of applause once again, guys. Thank you, Mrs. Radhe Jaggi and Project Samskriti for a wonderful performance. Okay, whenever I see Sanskriti kids or students performing, मेरे को एक dialogue याद आता है, बोलूँ मैं? संस्कृति students देख के flower समझे क्या? Fire है वो fire. Big, big, big thanks to them. Thank you very much, guys. Today, the 5th of June, marks the 75th day of Sadhguru's iconic 100-day journey across the world. Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Starting from London, crisscrossing through Europe, Central Asia, Middle East, and now Bharat. And so we would like to share some moments that the Save Soil movement which Sadhguru has experienced so far, and how the world is dancing in rhythm saying, Save Soil. Let's watch this video. Thank you.
It's a great pleasure for me. These beautiful Caribbean nations are going for this fast.
This memorandum of understanding that we are signing, it will also bring some technical assistance to the Caribbean region.
This is a historic moment because here is the first step to turn around.
What you're doing today is really important because people like you who have a wonderful following of millions and millions of people, and what you're doing with that is so important with saving the soil.
If you want to say, I love you to your child, you must just say save soil, because it is a more committed way of saying I love you.
It's an extraordinary campaign. It echoes what we in the Commonwealth have been aspiring to do for a number of years.
Next 100 days from 21st of March, we want the whole world to talk about soil.
It is not about the motorcycle, it's not about the journey, it's not about the song, it is about moving people on the planet. Make it happen, huh?
Nobody spoke about soil like Sadhguru does.
I think if we all contribute, then we have a really strong voice.
There has been so much excitement and everybody is so excited to hear Sadhguru.
This is our time on the planet. What we do here is our business. Let's do the right things.
I honestly didn't feel a part of the movement before. Obviously, I'd never met him. Seeing what kind of a following he has and how impactful it is, I really feel like I just joined a global movement.
Graffiti artists supporting this Save Soil movement, wanting to inspire the youth, and youth being the major population in most parts of the world today, all graffiti artists, to whatever walls that you have, make sure that you use this. One of the most beautiful cities of Europe.
It really resonated with me, the message that we have to save our soil.
It's our common issue together. It's not for one nation, for one person, but we as people have to unite and to solve this.
This is a celebration of human beings coming together to do what they need to do. All of us have been part of this destruction. The only way is all of us become part of the solution also.
Sadhguru, thank you.
Riding on to Italy. Italy is raining heavily tonight. Here in Venice.
So it's like a wave of hope.
Is necessary for the future.
Over 2000 years ago, this eternal city made the mistake of over-farming the region, and that was also the fall of the city at that time. So, the Romans of today should never make that mistake once again.
And we are very happy that we are aligned in our message to really high the profile of soils.
Young people getting into farming is very good. That's the future of the world. Here we are in Geneva.
I think it's a message of urgency, but it's also a message of hope. So I would really like to thank Sadhguru for his leadership.
The global movement led by him addresses the soil crisis by mobilizing people around the entire world.
This massive fountain in the Lake of Geneva is lit up for Save Soil today with Save Soil colors of blue and green. You cannot stop this. The moment is on. It's going to be on till the policies are done.
In this cold, slippery road and winds are picking up speed, no matter what the hell, I have to keep going. You think this is a problem? Relentless commitment to what you do. That is the only solution. Save soil, let's make it happen.
An MOU to be signed between Isha Foundation and 4,000 Initiative Soils for Food Security and Climate.
We were just sharing exactly the same objective, increasing carbon content in the soil.
Sadhguru, what you are doing is really impressive.
I'm quite amazed and thrilled by it.
I was very honored to be on the stage and be able to actually express that his mission is what we need.
It's fantastic. France has been great. Well, Brussels.
We should all stand up and make the most impact we can to create a real change in the world.
Save the soil.
Get the bottom!
A smashing evening at the main event. And a super enthusiastic crowd committing themselves to make this happen.
It's heartwarming to see everybody come together.
Save soil on the move. Let's make it happen. Just look up the news and see in the last 4 months, how many governments have started talking about soil because they see it's picking up momentum. But if you create 3 to 4 billion people talking about soil, that's it. That will be the main conversation in the government.
Save the Soil is a very important movement that we support as UNCCT. We would like to propose to the world to do whatever they can to protect the soil, because it is our future.
Save soil, let's make it happen.
I need someone to show me the way. I need someone to show me the way.
The education ministry in Germany has now come into the picture officially and asked all the children to do artwork to support Save Soil movement. Good, Arjun, wonderful. Congratulations that you wrote to the Prime Minister.
Let's make it happen!
So, on the way to Bratislava, well, the road surface is not great.
It's great that all of you are here in Bratislava. Nobody ever imagined 100 years ago that we will have to save soil of all the things.
Would you like to come in the kitchen and cook with me a little bit?
Why not? Without soil being rich, food won't be rich. Without food being rich, our bodies will not be of full potential.
What do you call that?
It's a Sadhguru sir.
Table 12. The old heroes always built something which stands up like this, but the new heroes are those people who will nurture the soil which always lies beneath our feet, never stands up. This wonderful city of Belgrade, the UNFAO said something which really deeply hurt me, is the soil that we are consuming right now belongs not even to these little children, belongs to the unborn child. This is an expression of our love and responsibility for our own lives and the future lives.
I love the message that he sent and how he broadened it, that it's everybody's responsibility.
I think there is a great potential for a good collaboration, partnership with the campaign Save Soil, and what we are doing as a government. We can make it together.
It's very important, bringing a certain sense of love and celebration towards the land that we walk upon.
Going from Sofia to Bucharest, not a weather for motorcycle for sure.
Organize yourselves whichever way you want, form groups, come together somehow and see this happens.
Sadhguru reminded me that I have a voice.
From Istanbul were really amazed by Sadhguru to appear, and they were just so happy to see him.
This many people, if all of you are committed and you spend 15–20 minutes a day to enhance the message, I think I don't have to go on riding like crazy. Yesterday I rode 18 hours, can you believe this, through Bulgarian roads?
An honest expression of his wisdom and love for humanity, I think.
He's been riding through very, rough terrain, rough roads, dusty construction sites.
It was a long drive and we were getting a little late for the live event at Tbilisi.
He, right at the end, maybe 5 minutes before the event, decided that he couldn't stop for a break.
In the traffic, he was just removing his jacket and gloves and throwing in the car just to make it on time.
The whole purpose of this movement is to bring this home, that when you walk up on the soil, you know it is the source of your life. Keeping it alive is the most important thing. Will you make it happen?
A gift from God for the people, for the earth, for the soil.
We must save the soil, we must plant the trees, we must replenish the forests, we must save our planet.
Wonderful, thank you so much for standing up for soil. Right now, soil has turned into sand because we pulled out all the organic content. We are taking the life out of the soil. If we don't put that back, all the other concerns which are important to be attended to, but none of them will matter.
This is not for us, this is for him and his generation, hoping that they would have a better future with a better world. Save soil.
Here in Palestine, wonderful to be here.
I salute you and I respect your initiative and my full support of what is needed from the Palestinian side to support you.
The most important thing is we must keep our lands alive for future generations, because that is a fundamental responsibility we hold for our children and future generations beyond them.
Well, it's very important. I can tell you as a motorcycle driver, I also like motorcycles, and it's not easy. This guy is devoted, and this is what makes him so impressive, and so he touches people.
When it comes to agriculture, when it comes to soil, when it comes to soil ecology, our national borders mean nothing, because microorganisms operate as a global system. People are talking about doctors without borders. I'm asking you, are you beings without borders? Are you a life without borders?
Dear Sadhguru, one of the world's voices and leaders on soil conservation and land, in this day and age, having you here is absolutely fantastic, and we welcome you.
Implementation has to happen on the land, and land is not managed by scientists, land is managed by farmers. So it's extremely important. It must be a single-point agenda, incentive-based agenda. If inspiration, incentives and disincentives after a certain period of time is the way forward, this is my appeal to every one of you, because I don't want this COP15 to end as one more convention with more paper and more paper. This must end with concrete action, and action in such a way that it's implementable.
There is no word to describe what Sadhguru is doing for us.
We know how much, you had to do to get here. You left so many things you were doing with it, but you honored the country, you honored the people of this country. Thank you. And on behalf of the head of state,
it's my pleasure.
I want to thank you very much.
It's a great privilege.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
The Saudi Arabia as a kingdom, since 1970s, converting deserts into fertile lands has been quietly happening. Other countries which have fertile lands and actively working to turn them into deserts, you must put them to shame, it's very important. In so many ways we have found the differences between each other in terms of nationality, race, religion, caste, creed. If we act as one humanity, in the next 10-15 years we can turn this around.
We have already loved you a lot. We even loved you even before seeing you. And when we saw you, we even fell in love even more.
بالعربي أنقذ التربة لنفعل ذلك على أرض الواقع بمبادرات عملية وجادة ملموسة الأثر. أنقذ التربة save soil.
are very glad to have Sadhguru in the Kingdom of Bahrain.
You are capable of looking beyond your immediate well-being and doing something in the world that is worthwhile. Right now, this is not even about generosity, this is about survival.
It's an honor to have you here in this location, in the heart of Bahrain, in this ancient harbor. We're very proud that you're here today, discovering the layers of history in this beautiful place.
You know, the most important thing of what I have learned from him is that the most important thing is to live in harmony and peace within yourself.
And safe soil.
40 minutes past midnight, just another maybe 30 kilometers to the Emirates border, UAE border. It's been a long drive, totally 930 kilometers today we're doing. Well, UAE has become, an airline hub and a shopping hub and other kinds, but nobody imagined it could be an ecological hub.
Thank you so much for being here with us, Sadhguru, on this wonderful journey. The UAE is partnering with you on Safe Soil, such an important cause.
Safe soil is surely a cause that we can all fully endorse. My dear brother Sadhguru, I would like to thank you for including the United Arab Emirates in your inspiring journey.
I'm proud to share that the UAE is working hard to include soil management and national strategies and policies.
Saving soil is one of the most important things on the planet right now.
It's not his mission, it needs to become all of our missions.
I'm here to save soil.
I had a meeting with Sadhguru ji somewhere in December, I believe. And the net outcome of that whole thing is that I have earmarked funds to make good of the eco deficit of that particular year. Economy should also grow, but it should have an ecological responsibility in its growth.
Right now everybody is talking about robotics. It's time robotics goes into agriculture. Right now you have a big machine which just rips the soil off. This, if you leave the robotic machines through the day and night, where just as much is needed, they can do. They don't have to rip the whole soil. Yes, science is already there, we know what to do. It is just that industry has not caught up, because in the policy those things have not come.
I didn't imagine that we could find a lot of Omani people joining the movement.
I said, Oman, one more desert I have to ride. They said, no Sadhguru, Oman looks like Kerala. If one part of your nation is green, it just takes a determined effort to stretch that green all the way up. no words to describe what it means to be back in India. 70 days we've been on the road, 74 nations have signed up.
It's a very proud moment to have amidst us the savior of the soil.
It's my fortune that the first step that I take into sacred land of birth is in Jamnagar.
માટી અને પશુ એટલે કે બીજા જીવ મનુષ્ય સિવાયના જીવ એ બંનેની જાળવણી જો કરીશું તો જ મનુષ્ય બચી શકાય એવું છે. લીડ લઈશું ગુજરાત, તમને એટલું કહી શકાય કે લીડ લઈને ગુજરાત આની મેં જેટલું બને એટલું ઝડપથી
You are in Gujarat since 2 days. हमारा गुजरात कैसा लगा आपको?
People are cool, but the weather is hot. Will you promise me in the next 100 years' time, we'll make the weather also cool for future generations?
I was really happy to interact with Sadhguruji. It really inspired me to work more and more towards this country, this nation, this soil.
Fortune that on this day, when it's Rana Pratapji's Jayanti, I happen to be here.
I think is an exceptional movement, and I think now it is our responsibility to make sure that we spread that message, pass on that message, and actually do something about it on the ground.
Save soil we must for you only, okay?
और पूरी दुनिया में एक नया संदेश देने के लिए सदगुरु जी ने जो ये महाअभियान चलाया है, आने वाले समय में हमारी नौजवान पीढ़ियां आपके इस बताए मार्गदर्शन पे चलते हुए मिट्टी बचाने के अभियान को आगे बढ़ाएगी।
क्या आपकी आवाज और आशीर्वाद मेरे साथ है क्या?
Can we do it once again? La 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 la. La 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 la. One more time. Le 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 le. Le 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 le. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks once again. And you can download and share this video. Kindly visit Conscious Planet website and social media pages. Thank you. And whatever pictures or videos you're making here, please share it with the hashtag Save Soil. Thank you. And now it's my honor to introduce best-selling author, economist, historian by passion, Mr. Sanjeev Sanyal, to please come and address the audience. Sir, please.
Namaskaram, Delhi. And after 75 grueling days on the road, a very, very, very big welcome to Sadhguru, to our city. It's a very hot day out there. And even as you enjoy the wonderful cultural program, let me say that let us not forget why we are here. We are here because we face a serious issue of soil extinction. It's an issue that is plaguing our entire planet to an extent that, as you saw in the videos before this, something like 50% of the soil on this planet is already very seriously degraded. Much of what remains is in places that are difficult to reach, like in Siberia. So this is an existential crisis for humanity and for the planet. Because in the end, remember, while the planet may be a large place, our existence as a species depends very heavily on actually a very, very thin piece of it, about 2 feet of soil that covers this planet. This is what we depend on for our food. This is what we depend on for many other things, including the air we breathe. So it is very important for us to put in a huge effort worldwide to try and protect this soil from destruction, from erosion, desertification, unsustainable agricultural practices, poor management of our forests. All of this is absolutely critical. It's something that we as a species, not just as individuals or people from a specific nationality or religion or creed, but as a species we need to do to ensure that this planet remains habitable for future generations. So, with that, let me welcome on stage the one and only, now I can't hear you. Let me welcome on stage the one and only Sadhguru.
Drushto maya tava mahakarah yogeshwara kala kala yogeshwara kala kala. Namaskaram. 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 Wow. Wow. Hey, okay, come on. All right, I got it. Do one thing, all of you together just shout for 3 seconds and stop it, or don't do it in serial. That's good. Now your turn is over. Everybody's turn to shout is over, okay? The Safe Soil movement. People have been asking me repeatedly in many nations, even ministers of agriculture, environment, and people who hold responsible positions, asking me, Sadhguru, how did you think of this? My question is, how did you not think of it? How is it when life around you is depleting, how is it that you don't feel it? What is wrong? What is wrong is just this. You are living in your own world that you have created. Unfortunately, you believe your thought, your emotion and the nonsensical messages that you're sending on your phone is a world by itself. The world is here and we all live in that same world. There are no different worlds. Because I keep addressing various types of people. Some people say, I'm from the corporate world. I say, where is that one? Which part of the solar system is that? No, Sadhguru, we are corporate world, diplomatic world. Like this, there is only one goddamn world for us to live. We keep it well or we don't keep it well. It's our business as a generation of people. Unfortunately, life has been depleting. To what extent? 67% of vertebrate population on this planet has disappeared in the last 70 years. 82% of biomass insects have disappeared in the last 70 years. 92% of freshwater aquatic life has disappeared in the last 70 years. What's our plan? Do we have a plan, or we still… The biggest problem is, most of you still think you're in God's hands. Get off God's lap and start living on this planet. It's time to do that. It is like a child which lives on its mother's lap. At a certain stage, it is very beautiful. When you are 35, if you go and sit in your mother's lap, you're a bloody fool, all right? Hello? So this is what we are doing still. We think everything will be taken care of from somewhere else. No. What is creation is so fantastic, so absolutely unimaginable. In the wildest of imaginations, you cannot imagine the variety of creation that's happened just on this one small planet in the universe. So creation, or the source of creation, is what you refer to as God. Well, in that context, has your God done a great job, whoever your God is? Hello? Has he done an absolutely fantastic job? But management is not his business, management is your business. How we manage this planet, how we keep it for ourselves and other lives on this planet is entirely our business. If we do not understand this, we will lose it. Why Sadhguru suddenly become like a doomsday speaker? Always, Sadhguru, you were positive, what happened to you? Somebody asked me. I'm here because there is a positive possibility. If it's finished, if it's already finished, I won't waste my breath talking about it. It is not finished. If you leave it like this for another 25 to 40 years, it could be finished. But right now, as a generation of people, we face a great challenge. At the same time, we also are privileged that we could be that generation which turned back from the brink of a disaster. When you mitigate a disaster, nobody will give you awards, nobody will acknowledge you, because most people will never realize there was a potential disaster. When the disaster happens, you offer your shoulder for somebody to cry, then people will say you are doing a very compassionate thing. This is a problem with humanity, that we have this habit of walking into disasters and then grieving over it. Well, there are any number of examples. Famines have happened in the past. In the last century, if you go back 3, 4, 5 centuries, endless number of wars. Even in the last century, since democratic process of life, democratic process of governance came into picture on the planet, in these 100 years, how many wars have we fought? World War I, because we did one, we had to do two, of course. It's a natural progression. When World War I happened, a whole lot of people who saw the horror of what it is said, this is it, never again another war, League of Nations, this, that. Within 25 years, once again, World War II. After that, we said, this is it, never again another war. United Nations came into place and various other things. Since 1944, how many wars have we fought? How many nations have we destroyed? How many people have we killed without knowing who the hell they are? This is because we have this habit of walking into disasters and then grieving over it. If we walk into this disaster, which could be a global famine-like situation, most of us will not walk out of it. That is a fact. Every responsible scientist in the world is clearly pointing out agricultural soils on the planet could last only another 60 years maximum. but serious troubles will begin in 30 to 40 years' time. Right now, the loss of biodiversity in the world is at this pace. According to UNFAO, 27,000 species of organisms are going extinct per year. You heard it right, 27,000 species, not organisms, are going extinct per year. So it is a slide, it is just going down. Somewhere I have a strong gut feeling, I've been talking to scientists, they say it's very much possible, nobody knows for sure, but I have a strong feeling. This slide will become a tumble somewhere between 25 to 40 years from today. It is going this way, we can arrest it and push it back, but once it starts tumbling down, then there is nothing else we can do. I'm saying this not because I'm a soil scientist, not because I'm an ecologist, but I know what happens in my system absolutely well. Because 60% of your bodies are just microorganisms, only 40% is your parental genetics. I was in Sofia and this little girl, 8-year-old girl comes to me and says, Sadhguru, I want to do Save Soil, my mother is not allowing me. I said, tell your mother she's only 20%. I know you are not mothers, that's why you're saying that. That's why you're clapping, it's all right. We need to understand this. Our life here is not just our own making. As we stand here, right now, the microbial activity is on, not just individually by itself in our own bodies, it is on as a global phenomena. Without this phenomena, we will not exist. Who we are right now is a consequence of what is happening in 15 to 18 inches of topsoil. Not only today as we are, not only in terms of nourishment, not only in terms of today's survival, but even in the evolutionary consequence of things, we must understand we as a life have happened only because of this complex life system which exists within 15 to 20 inches of topsoil. In these 15 to 20 inches of topsoil exist zillions of organisms, millions of species. The top scientists in the world, the top soil scientists in the world are openly admitting they know less than 1% of the species present in the topsoil. When you know less than 1%, should you mess with it, I'm asking? When you know less than 1%, should you go around messing with it as if you're an expert on it? The only thing is to keep it alive because nobody has studied it in its full context. Whatever they have studied has left them flabbergasted because it's so complex and so fantastic, unbelievably sophisticated in its transactions between plant life and microbial life. What's happening there is simply mind-boggling for anybody. Scientists say nearly 1 billion years ago, one smart algae or a fungi, we don't know which one, like for example, some 10, 15, 25 or 50,000 years ago, one very smart caveman, these days ladies ask, why not a woman? Could be a woman because a woman can more easily set fire than a man, it could be a woman, but we don't know whether it was a smart caveman or a smart cave woman, or maybe they did it in collaboration, I don't know. Just having a foothold for men also, hello. So similarly, we don't know whether it was an algae or a fungi, whether it is an algae or a fungi which did this, but one of them discovered how to cook their food using perpetual energy of the sun. This phenomena today we call as photosynthesis. Before photosynthesis started as a phenomenon on this planet, The oxygen level in the atmosphere was just a shade over 1%. I'm talking about the atmosphere of the planet, I'm not talking about New Delhi. A shade over 1% is what was there. With 1% oxygen in the atmosphere, a life as complex as this could have never happened. Mammals couldn't have happened, more complex life forms could not have happened. All this evolution happened only because photosynthesis provided oxygen levels to go up to a point of 21%. Because of this, life evolved, and today you and me exist. But in the last 1,000 years, we have removed 85% of photosynthesis on this planet. 85. What's the plan? Everybody is busy talking about carbon dioxide because the whole narrative is ruled by urban people whose only concern is their own civic irresponsibility, which they want to project as ecological concerns. Even today when I was at the media, just before I came here, they're saying, but plastic bags are floating around in Delhi. Plastic bags floating around in Delhi is not an ecological concern, it is civic irresponsibility of the people who live in Delhi. Do not mix up these things. Do not mix up these things, what is social responsibility and what is ecological concern. The largest living system, not just on this planet, in the known universe, is the topsoil on this planet. These 15 to 18, 20 inches of soil is the cream of this planet. It takes millions of years to generate this level of life. If there were no human beings on this planet, if there was no human interference on this planet, to create 1 inch of soil, it takes 600 to 800 years. But with the human footprint being as it is right now, to create 1 inch of soil, it could take 13,000 years. Do you get me? To create 1 inch of topsoil, a living topsoil, it takes 13,000 years when all of us are walking around and stomping around doing whatever we are doing with our lives. But nearly 50 to 52% of topsoil in the planet is either degraded or simply gone. 62% of India's topsoil is degraded. And not a single nation, not even a single nation in the entire world has minimum 3% organic content. 3% organic content is not some fantastic way of doing things. Just to give you a perspective, in a rainforest, the organic content could be anywhere between 40 to 70%. 3% is not some fantastic percentage. 3% is basic famine diet. But not a single nation has this minimum 3%. The highest organic content present in the world is in Northern Europe, which is 1.48%. United States is 1.25%. Southern Europe is 1.1%. Africa is 0.3%, the continental average. India is 0.68%. The whole planet is heading in this direction. It is expected by 2035, the World Food Programme leaders say, by 2035 there could be dozens of civil wars across the world because of food shortages. I want you to just imagine, in Delhi city, if 40% of the people have not eaten for 3 days, what do you think? You're going to go to your office and come back home and listen to music and have a glass of wine? Is that so? I'm asking you. Everything that we have built as a civilization will come to question and will be ripped apart once people have no food to eat. In the past, there have been famines. India has faced many famines in the last 3 centuries. In 1942, a famine that took 3.2 million people. Why I'm talking about famines is, if you want to put anybody to worst possible death, famine is the way to do it. If it's a war, you may get shot in the head or blown to bits and you're finished. But famine is a slow fade. 3 to 4 months, you will slowly fade, and that's not easy. Your humanity will be lost, whatever the pretensions of being civilized will be lost. There have been many situations around the world which are horrendous when famine struck people. There have been situations where parents have chopped off the arms of their own children and eaten it to survive because they didn't want to kill them. Do we want to push humanity once again in this direction? Because right now we are driving towards a famine. Well, somebody says, oh, we will do what, hydroculture, we don't need soil. Just now somebody asked me, why can't we do hydroculture? Let me tell you this, whether you see microbes you cannot see, we will leave them. Whether you see a worm or an insect or a bird or a tree or a leaf or a blade of grass or an animal or human being, I want you to understand every one of them is made of soil. Soil and soil. There is simply no other way. If you want to do fancy water-based agriculture without soil, the nutrients for that fancy water comes from the soil. I was in California, this is very fashionable right now. Somebody says, Sadhguru, you must come and see, I have done some unique kind of farming. I'm growing vegetables on the wall. Oh, this is why you wanted to build a wall across Mexican border, because you want to grow vegetables on the wall? Then I went to see. Then I see on the wall he's growing turnips. All the turnips are overripe. I said, they're already overripe, why have you not eaten them or put it in the market or do something? No, a lot of people are coming to take pictures. So for photography, if you want to take a selfie with a turnip, all the best for you. If you want to do it for show, it's one thing. If you want to fulfill the nutritional requirement of over 8 billion people on this planet, it's a completely different affair. These fanciful ideas are distracting attention and finance, unfortunately. A whole lot of investment is going into something that they think fanciful technologies are there. People say, any number of people coming to me and saying, Sadhguru, my friend has an app, it will solve all these problems. These are people who believe Swiggy grows food. Well, an app can deliver food at your doorstep, but somebody has to cook it. To somebody to cook it, somebody has to grow it and process it. There are a whole lot of things. Nothing that you ever consumed came from anywhere other than soil. You may say, no, I'm on fish diet, even that comes from soil, for your information. Essentially, it is all the material that you see in whatever form, food or waste, comes from soil. This happened. Can I tell you a story? To listen to deserve a story, you need right attitude. When I say once upon a time, you say, aha. Hello? This happened in 2060. What? Is that the thing for future? Hello, get the appropriate sounds ready. This happened in 2060. A certain number of scientists sought an appointment with God, and they got the appointment. They went there and said, hey old man, you've done pretty well with creation, but everything that you can do, we can also do today, so it's time you retire. God said, oh, is that so? What is it that you guys can do? They had, look at this. They just dug up some soil, made a vague image of a human child, boom, 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 this and that, child came alive. God said, that's pretty impressive, but first get your own soil. Because there is no substitute. There is simply no substitute for soil. Anybody who suggests anything are either ignorant or they have a business invested. That's the only problem. We can do all these other things, we have no problem with that, we have no issues with technology, but we must understand the shoe that you wear comes from the soil. The hair that you grow comes from the soil. Whatever laboratories you have for technology, everything that you use from your phone to computer to a test tube or a stove, everything comes from the soil. So you are not going to do anything without soil and without soil being rich. Keeping the soil alive is not just about your survival. This is not your property. Soil is not your property. Soil is a legacy that's come to you from previous generations. It's your business and fundamental humanity to pass it on in a living form for future generations. But future generations, are you here? Are you here, those of you who call yourselves Generation Z? Are you here? Oh, you scare me. Don't call yourself Z, that looks like the last alphabet to me. Hello? Call yourself something, whatever, X3560, something, whatever you want. Don't use the word Z, that looks like a final nail on humanity. This generation should not become the final nail on humanity. Shall we take that responsibility? Because the problem is, we live in democratic nations where we elect governments just for 5-year terms. If they have to do something that will bear result after 15 to 20 years, much later after they're gone, it takes people's mandate. People's mandate is not just by vote, but by voice. In a democratic nation, your voice is important. I want you to keep your voice up till we solve this soil issue in this country and in the rest of the world. Are you with me? People think, when I started this in London, a lady journalist came to interview me and said, Sadhguru, I thought you were smart, but of all the things, soil? You think anybody is going to support soil in the world? Why such an unromantic thing you chosen? I said, it's not my choice. If they had destroyed the sky, I would have spoken about the sky, but they destroyed the soil, so we are talking about that. This is not a romance, because a lot of people think motorcycling is a that they have not allowed a single day's contingency either for the machine or the man. When we were in Jordan and we burnt out the clutch plates of the motorcycle, this happened around 7:30 in the evening. Then in Amman there was no spare parts, so somebody drives from Kuwait with the spare parts, and they go sit in the showroom, pay 3 times over to the mechanic and get it fixed, and 4:30 in the morning the motorcycle is ready. I thought tomorrow is a rest day. So, if I want to take a romantic ride on my motorcycle, I would go somewhere else, not with these crowds, not with these endless meetings with ministers and bureaucrats endlessly going on. That's not my idea of a romantic motorcycle ride. So, this is important for you to understand that right now, the conversation that you need to change in the country and in the world is this. First and foremost thing is, still 85% of the nations are addressing soil as an inert substance that they can fix either by adding a chemical or taking away a chemical. First and foremost thing is, in your own minds and hearts, in everybody that you know and especially those people that you do not know, you must impress upon them, soil is a living entity. It is the mother of our mothers. This must first get impressed in people's minds. Every one of us have fed upon our mother's breast. Do we call her a resource? The day you refer to your mother as resource, you have lost the fundamentals of humanity within you. She is the source of our life, and soil is the source of our mothers too. It is for this reason we refer to soil as mother in this culture, but where have we come now? Where have we come now with simplistic education? This is what happens. Simplistic education which has no life sense about it, all bits and pieces of facts. So as I'm going from nation to nation, talking to a variety of people, including top-level scientists, they're asking, Sadhguru, how do you know all this? I said, see, I'm just a worm in this planet. I've been crawling on this planet for last 6.5 decades, and anything that happens around me happens to me and I know. But others are living in their own world. You all, most of you are people who bow down before your gods. Do you believe you have created a better creation than the Creator? Hello? Do you believe that you have created a better creation than your own Creator? Whatever religion, caste, creed, whatever you are, do you believe you have created a better creation than them? Then stop looking at the goddamn phone and go on thinking about some nonsensical stuff and peel your eyes and look at life around you. It's happening all the time. Most fantastic things are happening, most disastrous things are also unfolding slowly. If you don't feel it, if you don't see it, it doesn't matter who says what, you will go back to the same mode. This is a commitment you have to make. You can use your phone for your work and a little bit of silly things you can do. The rest of the time, please peel your eyes and look at creation. This is the greatest phenomena that's happened. Anywhere in the known universe, we have not seen anything like this. Life is the greatest phenomena that's happening. But most people are missing it because they got a phone and it is smarter than them. Hello? You have a smartphone or a dumb phone? Hello? Smartphone or a dumb phone? Smartphone, see, you call somebody smart only if they're smarter than you, isn't it? Hello? So, it's all right, now that you have a smart companion in your pocket, you should do some smart things, if not by yourself, at least by that one. I don't know whether you call your phones he or she, what do you call? Because I was in United States and somebody was looking for this phone and they're saying, where is Lily, where is Lily? I said, who is Lily? Oh, her phone is Lily. So you given names like this to your phone because nobody else is willing to be with you except your damn phone. So, I have nothing against technology. Technology is a tremendous enabler. But if you're using technology to dumb yourself down, if you're using technology to cripple yourself, then that's not right. because technology is a powerful enabler. This is the first time, this is the very first time in the history of humanity you can sit where you are and talk to the entire world. When was this possible? Many great beings have come, but when they spoke, hardly 10 people could hear them. This is the first time you can sit here and talk to the entire world when such a power, such a capability and such a privilege is invested in your hands. If you do not create what you genuinely care for, you are a wasted life. It shows that you don't care enough. I'm asking you, is soil just entertainment for you or is it a deep concern in your heart? Oh, that is 4, 5, 6 people. Oh, 6. If it is a genuine concern in your heart, I'm telling you, this many of you, nearly 15,000 people, 15,000 people, if you commit yourself, is it difficult to activate the whole world? In this country, nearly a century ago, when Swami Vivekananda came, he said, "Give me 100 committed people, I will change the face of this nation." Oh, you're clapping. This I was not in any way spiritually oriented, nor was I a fan of Vivekananda, but when somebody spoke, somebody from the Ramakrishna Mutt came and spoke in my college, I heard this and said, what kind of rubbish, can't he get 100 people? 100 committed people you can't get in such a large country, I thought this is ridiculous. 15,000 people, if you commit yourself just 15 minutes a day, within a month's time you can touch the entire population on the planet, yes or no? Will you do it or not? That's a question. Now that you're so wonderful, let me tell you a story. On a certain day, did you know, by the way, that Shankaran Pillai had children? Shankaran Pillai called his 3 children, 3 young boys, and he said, "You good for nothing boys, you must do something good." Am I getting the pronunciation right? How do you say it in Delhi, good? Good. No, in English, huh? Good, good. So, you must do something good. But the boys were like you, "Father, what is good?" they asked. "You don't know what is good things? You must do some good things." Boy said, "Father, we don't know what are good things, we don't know how to do good things. Tell us what we should do." Then he said, "Do something, go out, help somebody, find an old lady and help her across the street, do something." So they all went out. In the evening, they got back home, he asked the first boy, "Did you do any good thing today?" "Yes, father, as you said, I did do good thing. I helped the old lady across the street." "That's wonderful, my boy." He asked the second boy, "What did you do? Did you do any good things?" "Yes, father, I also did a good thing. I also helped the old lady across the street." "Oh, you also helped the old lady across the street?" Okay. And he asked the third boy, "What did you do?" He said, me also, father, I also helped an old lady across the street because you said it's a good thing to do." "What? All 3 of you helped an old lady across the street? You found 3 old ladies like this?" No, father, not just us. We also called our cousin Ramu, and we 4 of us together helped the old lady, only one lady. Then one lady, it takes 4 young boys to help her? Said, "Father, you do not know these old ladies, how stubborn they are. She wouldn't cross." Nobody can help you if you're unwilling. Nobody can help you if you're unwilling. The question is of willingness. Are you a willing life? Are you one big yes to life? That's a question. Today, yes, sitting here. When you go home, if something is not the way you think it should be, suddenly you are no to life. You go out in your office, something is not working, they fired you, suddenly you are no to life. I am asking you, whatever the hell happens with your life, are you still one big yes to life? Because I want you to you think and believe you have many things, but you have only one thing, you're alive, that's all you got. Rest is all your imagination. Now, have you ever been to a funeral? All of you have been to at least one funeral. You should. So you went there and this man who is dead, he's always in his perfect pose. You go tell him, I've got 100 crores for you. I have found a mountain of gold for you. I have found the most beautiful woman for you. Whatever you tell him, the guy is just not interested. Have you seen these people? Because once life is taken out of this, rest is all rubbish. Hello? Because that's all you have. The only thing you have is life. And for that life to flourish, you must understand this is not an individual life. As a person, you may be an individual. As a life, this is not an individual life, this is happening as a consequence of a complex web of life, and most of it is in the soil, that too in the first 15 to 18 inches of the soil. For this to happen, one most important thing is, as already plastic warriors are there and so many other climate change warriors are there, climate change is bad enough. We don't need a war again. And right now I see young people going on the street screaming, angry at somebody or the other because global warming is happening. Arey, if you get angry, global warming will be enhanced. So you must understand this, there are many issues. I am not saying these issues are not important, I am not saying they are not significant, they are. But if we do not separate the problem of soil from the other issues, we will be doing conferences and conventions and debates and discussions and it'll be too late. We need to act now. Action now is what is needed to separate soil as an issue, because with all other issues, there is somebody or the other who will come into conflict with us. If you say plastic paper, plastic bag manufacturer will do something. If you say oil-producing nations and companies will do something. If you say automobile companies will do something. If you say fertilizer, pesticide, weedicide, for everything there is an economic angle. But raising the organic content of the soil, there is nobody who is against it. It is extremely important, it is separated from other issues because it's not of the same nature. It is of existential consequence. It is of existential significance and it has existential consequences upon our life. Separating soil from other issues is important. I want to see at least, that is, assuming none of you have a single friend in your life, am I correct? Hello? Okay. Then, 15,000 people. Tomorrow morning, I want to see, what shall I assume, 4 friends to each of you? Then tomorrow morning, I want to see 60,000 tweets saying soil must be separated from rest of the environmental issues. Are you capable of this? Are you just one big… Oh Sadhguru, I don't have a Twitter account, open it. It's free. It's free and how? If you don't know how to open it, ask somebody. If you don't have any friends around you, on Save Soil website, there is a toolkit how to open Twitter account, how to open Instagram, how to open TikTok, how to open, God damn it, whatever you want. If you don't act now, as a generation of people, if we don't act now, we are going to be a very regretful generation. Let's not be that. Am I seeing 60,000 tweets tomorrow morning? Now that you're so sweet, let me tell you another story. My great-grandmother, shall I tell you? Okay. My great-grandmother was a little… I don't want to say anything, it's not for me to comment on her, but people said she's a devil of a woman. Why they called her a devil of a woman? Not because she did anything evil or harmful to anybody, because she had a laughter that if she laughed, the whole street shook. Women of that generation were not supposed to laugh loudly. So she laughs in such a way that the whole street will hear her laughter. So they said she's a devil of a woman. I really pity that generation, not the ladies, the men. They had to live with women who cannot laugh. What a place to go back home to. You have a home where there is no laughter. What a place to go back to. No wonder many of them never went back, I think. So she was a laughing woman, so people said she's a devil. Another thing is she wouldn't die. She lived up to 113, 113 years of age. When I saw her, she was well over 100 years of age, and people well, when she was I think 67 or 68, her husband passed away, who lived to his ripe old age. Some of her children died, some of her grandchildren died, a few great-grandchildren died, but she just won't die. She must be the devil. Nobody could appreciate that she was doing something right about her life. So I saw her in many different ways. She's… when she was, in her… after her husband passed away, she left the family, which was a well-to-do family, an agriculturally very active, rich family. She moved and set up a temple. She built a temple with her own hands. And that is for herself, no other deity, no goddess sitting there, she is the one. So you know why they called her a devil. Because either they had to accept that she is God or they had to call her devil. So when we as children went there in vacations, which was only 30-40 days in a year, she always came there to spend time with children. So I saw her in certain conditions. In the morning when breakfast is given to her, she would take this breakfast and feed it to the ants, the sparrows and squirrels. You know what's a sparrow? Sparrow. You seen one in Delhi? Oh, not bad. I thought they vanished. She would feed them, and people around her who were self-appointed advisors, as I also have, they will say, "Hey, old woman, you're throwing all your food all over the place. If you don't eat and you do these things, you will die soon." They all died. She lived on. And she would be sitting there, and ants are eating this food, she would be sitting there with tears dripping down her cheeks, blissed out. I was just 4 or 5 years of age. For me, those days we are wearing shorts and walking around, these ants are a big problem. They get up on your legs and create… Maybe you've not gone and stood on an ant home for a long time, you must try it, it's quite an experience. Yes, it is. So I go about jup with the ants. I'm trying to reduce their population. She would never stop me from doing that. At the same time, she would be shedding tears. So I would ask, what are you so emotional about these ants? She would just let out a hoot of laughter and say, someday you will know. It took me over 20 years for me to realize what was happening with her. This is life. If you are willing, the experience of every life around you becomes yours. This is when your life becomes profound. Otherwise, your own thought and emotion, this little rubbish going on in your head, it keeps you busy for a whole lifetime. You have promised me you will look more at life and less at phone screen and less at your own thoughts and emotions. See, they are your thoughts and your emotions. You can make them whichever way you want. Hello? You can make them whichever way you want, but right now they are out of control and you think it's a drama being played somewhere else. You think it's a world by itself. This happened. What happened? What happened? This happened. On a certain day, a lady went to sleep. In her sleep, she had a dream. In her dream, she saw a hunk of a man staring at her. Then the man started coming closer and closer and closer. He came so close to her, she could even feel his breath. She trembled, not in fear. And then she asked, what will you do to me? The man said, well, lady, it's your dream. What's happening in your head is your dream, don't make too much fuss about it. It's very, very important that you understand the value of your existence, because as you sit here, since you came and sat here, you are 2 hours closer to your grave. Hello, is that news-like? Is that news for you? You are 2 hours closer to your grave. What is ticking away is not the clock, what is ticking away is life itself. If you understand the most precious thing that you have is just rolling away like this, you will feel life. If you feel life, nobody has to tell you what's happening in this world in terms of life. You may not know the political news, but you will know the existential news, because existentially you are life. I'm just checking, are you? You are life. After that you are a man, after that you are a woman, after that your thought process, your emotions, your professions, your castes, creeds, religions, nationalities, all that comes later. First and foremost your life, and that's all you got. Once we take that out of you, there is really nothing in you. There is nothing of any worth except getting rid of your body back into the soil. So, today is 5th of June, till 21st of June I'm still on the road. If the Delhi heat doesn't kill me, the Arabian heat did not kill me, Gujarat and Rajasthan did not kill me, will you? So tomorrow morning, I'm looking for 60,000 posts, you and three of your friends. See, I'm reducing that also. You and 3 of your friends must post something about how soil as an issue is separate from other aspects of environmental challenges that we have. They are also genuine challenges. But if you do not address soil, this is like, my ear is paining. No, it is not, I'm just telling you. It is paining, so an ENT doctor has come. My little finger is hurting, an orthopedic has come. My liver, something they suspect, so another man has come. All these experts are relevant only if I'm alive. Once I'm dead, all these people are irrelevant. So the things that you're talking about, carbon dioxide, carbon this, carbon that, this, that, so many things, all these things are relevant only as long as soil is alive. Once soil extinction begins to manifest itself, none of these things will matter. See, right now just a war came, only 2 nations fighting. I'm not trying to belittle this, unfortunately it's happening. But suddenly everybody forgot about environmental concerns, they are going back to coal, they are going back to nuclear energy. This is how the world is. So it's very, very important as people, you stand up and stay steadfast that soil has to be separated and addressed separately as one main entity and an existential and of existential significance. Thank you very much for being here. Let's make it happen, save soil, let's make it happen. When I say 1, 2, 3, you say save soil, okay? 1, 2, 3. Only once. Save soil, let's make it happen. Every nation, every state must take up soil as an issue if you have any concern for our children, if you have any concern for future generations. This is a must-do. Let's make it happen. Thank you. Thank you very much. There is a… Please, just hold up the banners, all of you, they want to take a good picture of you. Come on. Oh! La 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 la. La 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 la. 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 La 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 la.
This very body is soil. My body, your body, everybody is just soil body. Soil turns death into life. Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.
All of you who live in Delhi, as a capital city, you have a more important responsibility than anybody else. Will you keep it up for the next few months till these policies happen? Let's make it happen.
बने, माटी से तू बने, माटी से तू बने, सभी साथ में ये धुन गुनगुनाई ले 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 सभी साथ में ये धुन गुनगुनाई ले 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 तुझे ये वक्त ना रुके, बहता ही वो चले, सभी साथ में ये धुन गुनगुनाई ले 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 ले